Dear students, our next important spectroscopic technique is NMR spectroscopy or nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy. So this itself acts as a main question in your examination. So try to understand the basics. The nuclear magnet means every nucleus is considered as a magnet. What is in the nucleus? In the nucleus we have protons and neutrons. The proton is positively charged and the neutron is with zero charge. And just like electron, the nuclear particles can also spin in its own axis. That spinning is taken as spin quantum number, and spin quantum number is represented as I. And for a nuclear to be absorbing or giving NMR spectrum, that nucleus spin quantum number I should be greater than 0. For example, we have hydrogen nucleus. That is, in the hydrogen nucleus only one proton. Therefore, it is represented as H1. So that proton, only single proton is there. So that proton spin is taken as plus half. And in the case of C13, we have 6 protons and 7 neutrons. If we have even number of protons, the 1, 2, they cancel each other, 3, 4 cancel each other, 5, 6 cancel each other. Okay, so the spins of the protons are 0. Then 7 neutrons are there, and out of which the 6 neutrons paired, the 7th neutron can spin. So it is making a half. Okay, it is having spin quantum number I equal to half. Whereas in the case of nitrogen, it is having 7 protons and 7 neutrons. Okay, 7th proton is having a plus half and 7th neutron is having another half. So making the spin quantum number I equal to 1. And consider these carbon 12, oxygen 16, etc. That means they contain even number of protons and even number of neutrons. So all these protons within itself, they cancel each other. Neutrons also cancel each other. So the spin quantum number I equal to 0. So the nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy is shown by nuclei with the spin quantum number I greater than 0. So greater than 0 means it will be half or its integrals, half, 3 by 2, 5 by 2, etc. Or integrals like 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay. Now, if that nuclei is arranged freely, so they can take any orientation. Okay. But if that nuclei are under the influence of an external magnetic field B0, the magnetic nucleus will take 2 into I plus orientation. Okay. Now, this is the arrangement of the nucleus. So in this chapter we discuss only with the hydrogen nucleus. So there are suppose there are 9 hydrogen nucleus. They can be arranged in any direction. Okay. In this slanting position, downward direction, or any direction they can be arranged. But if it is under control of an external magnetic field, we have a spinning top, so we rotate it and but it is influenced by the earth magnetic field. Okay, so in that condition, the nucleus, for example, the hydrogen nuclei, they can arrange only two orientation. So some of them are in the upward direction. So this is the direction of the external magnetic field, and some are in the downward position. That is why we have the explanation. When the nucleus is placed in an external magnetic field B0, the spin I split into 2I plus 1 orientation. So for hydrogen, I is equal to half, 2 into half plus 1 equal to 2 orientations. So 2 orientation means one is obeying the external magnetic field and the others are disobeying the external magnetic field, or they are in the opposite direction of the external magnetic field. So when the nucleus is placed in an external magnetic field, the spin split into 2I plus 1 orientation, and therefore it possesses two different energy levels. So this is the case when the external magnetic field B0 equal to 0, that proton can be arranged in any direction, just as in the previous figure. Now the protons are aligned in the presence of an external magnetic field. So 2 into I plus orientation. So two orientations are possible for proton. One is with ms equal to plus half and the other is ms equal to minus half. And plus half means the direction of the applied magnetic field and the direction of the protons are in the same direction. Okay. So, and this is with the lower energy. Okay. Now, there is some split into two energy levels. One is with the higher energy levels. Okay. And this is the lowest room for, like lower energy room for the protons. This is the higher energy room for the protons. So what happens when some radiations are falling on these protons? Okay, normally the protons are in the lower energy state, which is the stable state, but they can be excited to the higher energy level by absorbing the correct frequency, and for a nuclear change that energy of absorption is radio wave. Okay, this delta E is given by h nu of the radio wave. The protons, so in the previous figure we have 9 protons are there. That will be any number of protons, 1 or 2 or 3. That protons can be migrated to the higher energy level. Okay, but what happens in the higher energy level? The proton has to spin in the opposite direction. The proton has to flip or inverse spin to be obeyed. Okay. Now, once the proton is in the higher energy level, the reverse spinning is difficult, and the proton come back to the lower energy state by removing the or releasing the excess energy. Okay, so the protons slightly go down to the lower energy state by a process called spin-spin relaxation. Okay, so that is the theory of the NMR spectroscopy. So nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy deals with the energy changes within the nucleus. The nuclear energy levels are very small, so that a nuclear excitation is possible by absorption of a lower energy radio wave. This happens, there are some conditions. First condition is the nuclei with spin quantum number I greater than 0. Second condition, that nucleus should be placed in an external magnetic field B0, and in that external magnetic field the nuclear energy level split into 2 into I plus 1 orientation. For hydrogen it is 2 different energy levels. And fourth condition, normally the protons or the nuclei, they will occupy the lower energy level. Then next, higher energy levels can be achieved by absorption of the radio wave, and once they absorb energy they have to flip their orientation and getting into the higher energy state. And a proton in the higher energy state, they come down by release of the excess of radio energy absorbed, and the release of this radio wave or absorption of the radio wave is recorded as the NMR spectrum. So it is dealing with the nuclear particle, therefore nuclear, and every nuclear particle is considered as a tiny magnet, therefore magnetic. And resonance means the spinning of the proton will be exactly equal to the frequency of absorption of the radio wave, that is by resonance. Okay, thank you.